Hey, welcome to another Coach Johnny video. My friend Ray here has some stuff to bring to us for Zamboni driving and ice and nets afterwards. And we all want to please the ice guy.
My name is Ray, for all of you Coach Johnny fans. I'm a Zamboni and Olympia. I'm an ice resurfacer guy. I'm a guy that you're either waiting for me to get the heck off of the ice to start your game, or I'm the mean guy with the horn who's telling you to get off the ice because the next group needs to start in about 15 minutes. So I've been getting this question about net moving for years. So I got a question of where do you put the nets? And then I got a question of how do you put the nets up so that I don't leave a mess underneath the nets? Have you ever got onto the ice, pulled the nets down into your practice or your game, and you go to move the net only to find it stuck to the ice?
Yes, always a problem.
Yeah.
That's why we wait till our Zamboni does the first pass here. As you can see, Ray here has done a beautiful pass on nice ice, and now is the time to put the nets away. Ray, what's the one pet peeve when someone puts the net away and they lean up?
One of the things is they might try and tip it up and it'll fall back against the ice and slide all over the place. Or they don't lift the back of the bottom of the net so that they drag a bunch of snow onto the ice and they end up with a big ugly spot, because I like making good ice. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
Personally, I like the nets in between the blue line and the ringette line. Somewhere in there is a good spot. The Zamboni's not going to have problems doing his corners or anything like that. It's far enough up that it doesn't create a mess right where I'm going to pass as a goalie if the person did it wrong. And it's in a good spot for the refs to pull the nets down or people to do warm up around it without getting in the way.
Here's an easy rule of thumb. Whatever the point that the machine starts driving on, plan to put the nets on the opposite side and check with the driver at whatever rink you happen to be. Ask them which side they plan to start on, and then plan to put the nets on the opposite side.
When I grab the net from the crease and pull it back away so the Zamboni can start his first pass, and I put my pegs on top, I always give the net a couple bangs up and down. Not only does it dislodge all the snow that I just hauled out of my crease and leave that behind for the Zamboni, but it also drops the snow out that gets collected in the peg holders. Give it a couple shakes, then spin it at 180 and push it with its back towards this wonderful spot that Ray's now passing, in between the hash marks, ringette line, and blue line. Then I give it another couple bangs as I take it onto the fresh ice, making sure I don't track any more snow, and I turn it at 180.
The two ways I like people to put up nets is if you're inexperienced at doing it, I would actually prefer, and this is the easiest way to do it in general, in my opinion, is you tap the back of the net, just like John was describing. You push the net slowly forward onto the clean part of the ice, and you put the peg underneath the back of the net, because the upright posts and the peg are already the same temperature of the ice. You're not going to make any damage to the ice, which is going to leave a nicer surface. The second way is just to tip it up against the ice. The best way to do that is you pull the net all the way up to the boards, and then you lift on the back of the net so that it pushes against the boards down to the point where it's actually balanced and not going to fall over. Now, if you've got little kids on the ice coming on the ice after this machine gets off the ice, that's not a good idea to do, because if they bump into it, it might fall on them and they can hit them. So under the back of the net is my preferred way to lift the net off of the ice to keep it from making a mess. One important note is never put them in the ends. That's a place that me and my machine will be visiting many times until I get off the ice. I've actually had people try and put them in the corners before, which is also an equally bad place to put them because the machine slides. But, whatever way you do it, we appreciate it. I just hope you can do it a little bit better and pay it forward for the next group, because you appreciate nice ice. They do too.
If it's the very last ice time of the night, you might want to check and maybe bring the nets down to the Zamboni door or a side door. And the other thing is, we all love our ice Zamboni man if he gives us extra time. So if he does give you extra time, maybe once in a while, charge your group the Zamboni tax. Collect $1 off everyone. Buy some beer for your Zamboni drivers. Leave it in the back for them. Other than that, thanks for joining us for this Coach Johnny video. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you very much, John. And I'll see you on the ice.